Hey everybody, this is Brian from pnbhomesteading.com. I wanted to give you an update. This is week 2 of the seedling starts for our veggies inside the indoor grow tent. So here we have this is the squash. You can see we got some more coming up. This is the Success PM. We've got quite a bit, and they're getting ready to get their. They've already got their first sets of true leaves coming out. You got the cotyledons here, and then here's your first set, and then the first set's over here really coming out. Back there is our spaghetti squash. Here we have the Benning's green tint. These are the little patty pan squash. They about that big, kind of fat and squatty. This is the gray grillers. Get them growing in here. These are the Puna Cura cucumbers. Back here you can see these are my Monte Cristo pole beans, and they're ready to be, they're starting ready to grab and latch on to my tomato plant back there. So they're getting up to the point where I'm going to be probably next weekend taking these out and planting them in the garden boxes, and I'll start the next set coming in because I mentioned in the video last week I like to have at least every 2 weeks another set growing in here and seedlings sprouting up. That way I can get those planted out. That way I have a staggered harvest window, and in case something happens, I could get a cold snap or something early. It's like early May right now, and if something happens, I'll have another set ready to go in the ground, and that way I'm not going to be delayed on getting any kind of harvest. Over here, let me move the camera for you. That way you can get a visual over here and see what we got going on this side. I'll sit that there. So over here we've got our cucumbers. This is the H19 little leaf. That's a pickling cucumber. They're all pretty much coming up. You got the Adam F1 gherkin. That's a pickling. Then you got National pickling cucumber back there, and they've got their first sets of true leaves coming out. So they'll be going outside in another probably 2 weeks. These are the marigolds over here, and those will be getting planted interspersed in between because those are my companion planting. I like to stick those out in between my cucumbers and my beans, my peas, as well as my tomatoes, so that way the slugs are deterred, and the bad nematodes and critters in the soil, they don't like the taste of the soil, I guess you could say. When you have these planted in there, it kind of gives it a taste of the marigold taste in that soil, and so it helps the good nematodes and that kind of things that actually help your plants get the sugars that they like to get out of the soil, and then the mycorrhizal fungi, to help propagate the good bugs in your soil versus the bad. Back there you got the Marketmore cucumbers 76, and then these are the lemon sunflower queens that are going to be planted out in the gardens as kind of a companion plant. They draw in a lot of the beneficials, the bees, that type of thing. And then there's just the other stuff in our tent. Paula's poinsettias back there in the back. So that's kind of the update for this week. I'll show you next week what they look like. Some of these will be getting ready to get planted outside. Alright, I'll talk to you guys next week. Alright, thanks. Remember, this is Brian from pnbhomesteading.com. If you want to see any of our other videos that I've put up, or right now it's just videos that I've put up at this point on the YouTube channel. But Paula's going to be putting up some pictures and some, videos hopefully soon, because she's kind of nervous getting on camera. Alright, I'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.